All right, welcome back. So today I want to talk to you about how to animate things in Blender. It's going to be a very simple and very straightforward tutorial. We're going to start by we're going to move this cube, add some stuff to it, and then I'm going to show you how to animate values and stuff like that, like the intensity of the light, like the power, and that kind of things. All right. So this is going to be very simple, like I said. And first of all, I wanna talk about like auto keying and how to do this manually, right? If you want to animate something, you're gonna have to add keyframes to any object or any value. What is that? Okay, this is the timeline right here. All right, let's go to one, and I'm gonna select this cube right here, and I'm gonna move it in the y-axis to right over there. Automatically, when I moved it, it created a keyframe right there in that location right there. Right, that's gonna be the starting point. Because I have auto keying activated, every time you move the cube, it's going to add a keyframe. Like if I move it to photogram or frame 20, actually 15, and I move the cube again to the same location it was before, you're going to see that it's going to add another keyframe right there. So every time you do an action, if you have auto key activated, it's going to record a position for that keyframe. So between 1 and 15, there is a interpolation. So something's going to happen from here to here because you have recorded a position right here and a position right there. So if I move to 1, you see the cue is right there. If I just scroll through all the frames, you see what's happening right there. Okay, so there you go. That's how you start doing animation or any action and stuff like that. So in between here, if I be like, okay, maybe the cube goes up a little bit in the z-axis, is recorded a transition between 1, 7 goes up and 15 goes down. That's simple as that. And you can always select one of those, just one simple click, and just move it around. And the closer they are to each other, the faster the action is going to happen. To have that in mind, okay? Because it has less time to do the action. While if you put it here, it has more time to actually get there. Okay, just have that in mind. There you go, something like that. This is super simple and nothing like nothing complicated or too advanced or anything like that. This is just recording frames or keyframes, inserting keyframes. So now I'm going to deactivate this and I'm going to show you how to do it manually. All right. So now I'm going to move to keyframe to frame 20. I keep saying keyframe, but I'm going to move to frame 20. And in frame 20, the cube is going to move in the y-axis a little bit more, something about right there. But you see that nothing happened here because you haven't inserted the keyframe because you don't have this activated. So in that case, you have to press I in the keyboard and select either location, rotation, or scale. In this case, we're not going to scale the object, so we're going to select location and rotation. Location is basically this right here, the position of the object. And rotation, obviously, is the rotation of the object. So we're basically recording with keyframes locations in the 3D space of this object based on the pivot point. Remember that. If you have an animation, okay, and in the middle, later you know what, I don't like the pivot point right there. I'm just going to move it. If you move the pivot point, it's going to change the position of the object, and hence it's going to change the animations. Have that in mind, okay? So let me just for the sake of the tutorial, let me just change the pivot point here. I'm going to change the pivot point to here. Look what's going to happen. You see that? So it moved the position to that. Yeah. So just have that in mind. Don't do that if because it's gonna. If that's what you want, then do it. But again, it's gonna change it. All right. So there you go. All right. So let's now that we have this, let me show you how to change values in for example, the light. See that it's blue, right? And it has a value here, it's like 2500, and it has no keyframes yet. And right now, I want to add a keyframe in this value right here manually. And actually I'm gonna go to 1. And if I have auto keying and I hit 2500 enter, still not gonna do anything, okay? Nothing's gonna happen, right? And I'm gonna go here, insert keyframe in that value right there. And let's say that in frame 5, still nothing is gonna happen. So I'm gonna duplicate this one and I'm gonna move it to 5, okay? Nothing is gonna happen. It's basically the same value for 1 and 5. And then in frame 7, I'm going to increase this to a really high number, like 10. And you see that now he actually activated the key auto keying register the value. Is because we already have keyframes in we had already have something in the value. So at the beginning it's not going to do it, but then once you have something in it, it's going to add it. All right. So now we have this, and then in frame like 8, we're gonna be like, okay, let's go to like 2000, some very low, or actually 500, and then in 11, let's go like again like 20,000, something super bright, and then 1,000. You know, something like a little flickery thing in the light. You see that? So that's how you do it. If you don't have this activated, you're gonna have to do it like manually. You're gonna have to change it like to 3,000, and then you're gonna have to be like, okay, insert keyframe, boom. So that's how you start recording and adding stuff manually or with auto keying. All right. So have in mind that auto keying, if you forget that you have it activated, if you move something in the scene, it's gonna record that, and you're gonna be like, oh, why is the ground moving? Why is the floor moving? That's why, because you moved it by accident, and it recorded the move or anything translation or rotation that you did to the object. It's gonna be recorded. All right. So there you have it. Simple as that. So let's do a recap, and I'm gonna create. Actually, let me just go to here and select all the keyframes. Oh. No, not here, here. X and delete. There you go. Sorry. So just to do a recap, I show you how to do the auto keying with, I show you how to insert keyframes by having the auto key, or by pressing I in the keyboard and add location or rotation. And I show you also that this is basically recording positions or rotations of the object in the 3D world and the in the 3D space, or onto the object itself, like location, rotation, and scale. Like, for example, now it's in 1. If you go to 5 and you move the object, this is look what's happening right here. If you move the object, the location is going to record that position. So it doesn't matter. Like if you move it here again, it's gonna have it that, or if you just move it manually, something like that, it's also going to record those positions. So that's how it is. Simple as that. All right. So have that in mind. Auto key or press I to insert any keyframes. All right. Hope you like it. Hope you understand. And that's very simple. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.